All right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, good people? Thank you so much for checking out this video. I really, really appreciate it. I got like two videos sitting on my phone here that I haven't had a chance to upload yet because other stuff that comes up that I want to talk about. Before we get to our subject for today, I want to say thank you. Thank you. I put up a post to get over 2,000 subs by the end of July and just about at 3,100, well exceeding my goals, expectations. I truly appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you so much to the new subs. I do plan to have starts doing some live shows, answering some questions, and all that. So be on the lookout for that. I'm trying to find a date and time that I can be consistent on, and all that. So, but I've also been told I got to get the Instagram more, so I'm going to work on that. I'm going to probably just try to do some upload some shorts, things like that. I don't know. I just got to try to break this up. So either that or I hire a social media manager. Anyway, so thank you so much for all that. Thank you to the new subs. Thank you for all the views. Really, really appreciate it. If there's any topics you want me to cover, please make sure you drop me a line, an email, or leave it in the comment section. I do screenshot some stuff that I think is worth talking about. I do have a couple of topics that are coming up, but yeah. So all that. If you haven't caught my episode with Miss Anita on her platform, Better Love Movement on Instagram, I have not had a chance to upload it to this platform yet, but it's on her page on YouTube as well as Instagram, Better Love Movement. Thank you to Auntie Anita for having me on her program. She's going to come on mine as well. All right, enough of the announcements. Let's dig into it. Let's watch a video by Amber Rose. And she's talking about why she endorsed Donald Trump. Here we go.
For me, Donald Trump is the epitome of an alpha male, right? He's there to protect, provide, make sure the citizens of the U.S. are, in a good economy, protecting us. I feel protected by Donald Trump. That's why I wanted to come out and publicly endorse him, because I just feel safe. I like.
All right, so we're back here. We listened to the video from Ms. Amber Rose talking about why she endorsed Donald Trump. If you don't know, she's, as I make this, she just spoke at the Republican National Convention. Wasn't a long talk. Wasn't overly impressive either. Just saying why she wanted to vote for him. And in the talk, what I noticed is that she talked about her analysis of what masculinity is from the presence of her father. Now, the video that we just watched is, that she feels safe and yada, yada, yada. So I wonder, I wonder, I'm going to say this, how influential her father, who was in the military, was. I don't know anything about Amber Rose, so let me just back up a little bit here. If you don't know who Amber Rose is, she's a model, she's I guess some type of influencer and a model, and she's got a tattoo across her head and all kind of stuff. She's mostly famous for dating rappers. I guess she started off on a show on BET and all this. And so, but she's also famous for, sexual liberation and the so-called slut walk. So I'm curious. So that brings me to my level of curiosity concerning how influential, giving her statements about her father, who was in the military, served his country, how influential he was in her life. Because, as I mentioned, this woman is now famous for doing a slut walk, praising the ideas of unashamedness, and tattoos on her head, and single motherhood and dating rappers. Not that anything is inherently wrong with dating a rapper; they certainly deserve love too. But I just wonder about her life choices, and is the masculinity that she is looking for is something that many other ladies are looking for. Is masculinity in its rightful form, in its rightful place, not being looked down upon, not being second guessed, not being put down, not being called toxic, is masculinity in and of itself a negative thing. And I wonder, is her cry, some would say that her behaviors have been a crying out for leadership, crying out for discipline. And that's why I wonder how influential her father was. And it doesn't mean that just because a father is in someone's life, even a strong father, children can still go awry. It can still happen. It can still happen, of course. But I'm just wondering about that. I'm never going to make any clear-cut statements that if you have a father in your life, you'll never turn out like this. It's empirically untrue. So don't make ridiculous statements like that. So I wonder about that. So I'm advocating for men to be men to be strong leaders of their homes, to look for masculine presence that is a protector and a provider, to be those things and to be unashamed in them. There is a pushback against the more feminist narrative that men ought to be weaker, or that women can do the same things and all that kind of stuff, right? I just don't agree with that. I don't believe that. And I don't think that women really want that. I think that they really crave some type of male leadership. Some type. Of course, it's not 100. I'm not saying everything is 100%. There are some women who are like, forget that. I can lead myself. I'm strong, independent. I don't need that, this, that, and the other. But I think generally, I still maintain that the vast majority of ladies who think like that just don't know what strong male leadership is and never had it in their life. Never had it in their life. But I think when you see that in its rightful, true form, I'm not talking about toxicity or abusiveness or putting people down or being bossy or again, being abusive in any type of way, however it's defined now, because the definition of abuse has changed dramatically, right? It's everything now. It's everything, but it's financial abuse and verbal abuse. And, I'm not saying that those things aren't problematic, but let's not call. But they're certainly vastly different from putting your hands on people or sexually assaulting them. And up until the early 1990s or late 80s, it was not a crime to sexually assault your wife. When you look back on this, it's kind of bizarre, but whatever. I'm talking about true masculinity that really is a protector, really is a provider, really provides some type of leadership, direction, and is worthy of followership, right? Leadership that is not worthy of followership or who has no followers is not a leader, right? And if your children are rebelling against you, then that's problematic. And I tend to give credit where a lot of credit is due. But I heard this brother say the other day that, one of the greatest things that can ever happen to a man, or one of the worst things I should say, one of the worst things that ever happened to a man is if your kids don't mess with you. He said the F word. I try to keep this clean. But he said, if your kids don't F with you, then you have failed as a father, as a parent. You have failed, right? And you grow up and your kids, all this talk about men in convalescent homes, old and gray, and nobody's coming to visit them. And you got kids and they don't come visit you? I make jokes all the time. My kids come and see me too much. I know my son's going to listen to this. Now he's not going to come over. I love you, son. Listen, I'd rather have you come over too much than never at all. Absolutely. But, if you lived a life, man, your kids don't ever want to see you. They don't ever want to talk to you. They don't ever give you a call, a card for Father's Day, birthdays. They don't mess with you like that. They don't mess with you like that. You did something vastly wrong. So that's what masculinity is. Masculinity should be a magnet. Masculinity should be a magnet. It should be something that people want to be around. When you are truly masculine, even other dudes, even if they're straight, heterosexual, listen, you like, man, I like this dude, right? I like his presence. I like this, that, and the other, right? Sure, there's going to be a little teasing, hazing, a little competition thing, but truly masculine men, they can handle that, right? right? I'm not talking about getting together and fighting and falling out and don't know how to have smart, intelligent disagreements. And growing up in my church, we used to say, wise men differ, but fools fall out. Right? We can have disagreements, but we don't got to be having arguments. And I never talk to you again, and deleting you from your Facebook. And listen, all that is a lack of masculinity. That is a lack. That is a lack of. I can disagree with you. I can say something that'll hurt your feelings. My boy and I, we grew up in church, like I said, and we used to have this. There's a saying in the Bible that says, iron sharpens iron, right? You ought to be. Masculinity makes each other better. I told you before that you need to be around people whose presence is enjoyable, whose presence is pushing you. They are exceeding so much. They are doing so well that they're propelling you. They're propelling you, pushing you to do better. I have a lot of friends who are chiefs of police because of my earlier than anticipated exit from the police department. There's no reason I shouldn't have been a chief. No reason for it. No reason I shouldn't have been a chief. But the only reason is when I retired, right, I had gone through this heart situation that I had, and then the pandemic hit, so we were locked down. Nobody was hiring for like 2 years. So by the time I'm out, now you hit the 3-year mark. Now you're out the game. So it gets harder to get hired, right? Then, so that was one of the reasons that pushed me. Like all my friends are doing something, right? They we had come up to the department together, all going off to be chiefs. The people that I really esteemed, right? These guys are becoming chiefs and they're going to other places and doing things, and I'm like, man, I can't be a slug. So I started my business. I'm thinking that I started my business. I'm propelling myself, and that's why I went back to school. I want a title too, right? But this is what true masculinity is. It's pushing you, propelling you. Testosterone is about competition, right? You gotta make something of yourself. And if you don't have friends who are pushing you, propelling you, you're the smartest one of your friends, you need new friends. If you're the smartest person in the room, you need to be in a new room. So this is what I'm saying. So I don't know if Amber Rose, in her tattooed forehead, slut walking self, understands that. And I don't know. I'm saying that legitimately. I don't know. I don't know anything. I never watched whatever show she had on BET. I don't really follow her. I just hear all the negative stuff. So I don't know any of the positives. But I did see this video, and she's trying to convince other people with a tattoo on her head that Donald Trump is the best choice, and that Donald Trump is the he's the best candidate because he's going to be a protector and a provider. And she sees him, as you heard, as the ultimate alpha male. I don't know about that. I don't know, and I don't know about that claim, and I don't know, and I don't know. And I don't know, she's the right person to be pushing that. I don't know. I'm legitimately saying I don't know. And also, if she's the right person, she's obviously got some issues going on, but people are going to listen to her. And you can say what you want about Donald Trump, but listen, you can say people dog Donald Trump. But this man is the president. Was the president of the United States, and more than likely he's going to be again. So all of his business failings, all of his ventures, what you can say about this man is he kept pushing. He kept going. Bankruptcies, this, that, doing whatever, his relationship with his kids, divorce, this, that. But you look at this brother. You look at this man. This is what the appeal is to him. This is it. He appeals to a forgotten base, mostly Midwestern, white, conservative, gun-toting people from Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, right? Those Midwestern flyover states, right? He's appealed to them. He's appealed to a lot of black folks too. I mean, it's kind of dubious his appealing, but he's appealing. He's got Amber Rose up there, whatever she is. He's appealing, and this is not me endorsing him. I didn't vote for him before. I probably won't vote for him again. I probably won't vote for Joe Biden either. I usually go in some type of independent because I think that they're two wings of the same bird and two sides of the same coin. That's the politics of it. But that's just my opinion. I'm not telling you who to vote for or what to do or whatever. But it just the political scene is just a mess in my estimation. But I have to admit that Donald Trump has a quality about him that is appealing to certain people, so much so that they, no matter his failings and falling down of his indictments, his arrest, his felony convictions, all the stuff that he's got going on legally, he's still there. He's still standing. And from a perspective of what we can learn about making yourself the best version of yourself, Amber Rose isn't completely wrong about that. Not completely wrong. I still question a lot of things. However, man, this dude's doing something. Now, can you and I get away with that? Probably not. Right? Can the average person who's not a millionaire, billionaire get away with the stuff that he's done? More than likely not. We'd be thrown under the jail, have our assets seized, and all that kind of stuff. However, but from a resiliency type of point, there's a lesson. There is a lesson to be learned from that. There is. You cannot like the man, but get the message. You cannot like the man, but get the message. So that's what I got to say about Amber Rose and her speech. Watch the RNC speech. It's only 4 or 5 minutes, not long. It's not overly impressive. You're not missing it. I just like Donald Trump. I think he's the man for the job. And there's my dad over there sitting in the crowd. He was in the military. Nothing earth shattering. Right? She's not coming with facts, data, statistics, or anything. So, but I just think that her talk to Laura Trump was interesting. It's just a snippet as you saw, but it's interesting. It is interesting, something to watch, to behold. That she would say that she thinks that he is the masculine presence. So here's what you need to do is to become a masculine man. First, let me say this. I think that women really want masculine. I think that women really want masculine presence. No matter what we can say, women want masculine presence. And as I said before, I said this on Miss Anita's show, Better Love Movement. I said this on her show. There was a guy, his name was Richard Reeves, and he was having a conversation with his wife, and he told the story about, and she said, and his wife, I guess, is somehow successful. Richard Reeves has a doctorate, he's doing some stuff for the Brookings Institute, trying to help men, whatever, wrote a book and all that. And his wife, I guess, is somehow, smart, intelligent, doing some things too. And she said, no matter how high I get, and this is him telling the story, I want you to be more masculine than me. And I think that is the modern day era that we're living in. That women are bossing up, women are becoming bosses, leaders, CEOs, and all this, that, and the other. And they want somebody who's more masculine than them. Now, what that looks like, I don't know if we can ever really get to that place, particularly if we don't build up the men to be masculine, physically, masculine, academically, scholarly, and be able to move in the world as far as business acumen. That's a conversation for another day. But I think you got to be more masculine than what's going on. If you want a woman, I think that if you want a woman, and number two, if you want to make it in this world, you got to come with some command presence. You got to be on your game. You got to be smart, intelligent, know your facts, data, and statistics. Know your craft. Know whatever it is. If you are a sheet worker, making metal street sheets, or you make tools, or a tool die maker, or whatever. You're a bus driver. You're a truck driver. You gotta know your craft. Take time and develop it. Work at it. Know it. When you know it, you gotta know your craft inside and out. Whatever it is, know it, understand it, research it. So I think that's what true masculinity is. I got to go for a run here, but I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions, right? Should we listen to Amber Rose and all that? Again, this is not me endorsing Donald Trump. Vote for whoever you think is the best for you, but I just want to bring out the fact that I think that Miss Amber Rose is trying to get some masculine attention. So I started us off with saying, I didn't start this off, but I tried to finish off with saying, masculine, you have to be more masculine if you want certain things in this life, right? Leadership requires some level of assertiveness. There's leadership qualities that people must possess, and part of that is what Amber Rose sees in Donald Trump: leadership. Another thing that I think that we need to um, so we need to understand that principle. And if you're a man watching this, listen, you need to know your craft. You need to be on your game, do your due diligence, be resilient, be resourceful, be thoughtful, be kind, and stick up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Speak your mind. Don't hold back. Let the chips fall where they may. Know your craft. Again, know your data, statistics, and be able to stand on your circle and be a leader. Be a person who creates ideas, creates opportunities, pushes himself, um, and watch and get in the gym, eat right, exercise, work out, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever that means for you. Be on those games. Don't sit around playing video games all day. Get off that video game. Get off. When you finish this video, you should be encouraged to do some push-ups, some sit-ups, go for a run, read a book, educate yourself, work on your craft. If you've been failing down, don't motivate yourself. I want this to be a motivating factor for you, to motivate yourself, to push yourself, to be all you can be, like the Army used to say, and be the best version of yourself. Having said that, thank you. A lot of ladies are listening. I'm trying to help you find some good quality men. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for over 3,000 subs. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure y'all go back and check out my other videos. I was looking the other day, man, and some of this video still got only 100 views. So what's up with that? Some got less than that. Go back and check out those videos. So, all right, let me get this workout in. Much love and peace.